Now, complete high school football coverage. This is 10 Sports First and 10. Brought to you by these sponsors.
Welcome to First and 10, Week 7. Come on in and stay a while, folks, because in the words of Steve Harvey, we got another good one for you today, folks. Speaking of good, check out our trivia question for tonight. This former backfield beast ranks top 5 in rushing yards in VHSL history and also top 5 in career touchdowns. I want you to ponder over that. Go get your stats from around 7 or 8 years ago as you try to get that answer. With that, Jasmine and Duncan in control of the website, First and 10, WSLS.com, everything you need, the latest scores, highlights, and more, which takes us to our game of the week. We had a rumble in the jungle, an epic battle of district foes. William Fleming and William Byrd. 10 Sports' Brooke Leonard spent the night in Vinton. Brooke, this was quite a battle. We knew both of these teams' defenses were pretty good.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. They've actually held opponents to only 29 points collectively. So when two really good teams come together in a matchup like this, the winner is usually the one who makes the least mistakes. But first, let's check out this beautiful crowd in front of a beautiful Roanoke Valley sunset. Midway through the first quarter, Fleming up 6-0. Colonels staying on their defensive keys. Giovanni Gonzalez not letting Jamez Toller get far. Ball back to Fleming this time. Malachi Coleman on the breakaway. 83-yard touchdown. William Fleming is up 12-0 now after the two-point conversion is no good. Under 9 to go in the half. Byrd on the Colonel 31. Check out the block here by Graylin Castleberry. Does someone order pancakes? He gives Cannon Lutz enough time to launch it to Tate Cotts, and it's a one-score game. Next possession, Jacer Preston gets caught up in the backfield. The ball pops out, and it is recovered by the Terriers. Now, they go for a field goal the next drive, but it was missed. It's 12-7 at half. Early third quarter, blocked punt by Davian Faulkner. It looks like it was recovered in the end zone, but it rolled out of bounds. That's a safety for Fleming. 14-7. Moments later, Colonels within striking distance. Who do you call? Malachi Coleman, who eclipsed 1,000 yards tonight. No, that's not career. That's just the 2024 season. William Fleming will get into the end zone one more time, but this was not a mistake-free game. Plenty of penalties on both sides, but it was the Fleming defense able to hold Byrd to only 2 scores, 28-14.
We executed. They were on the field a lot, too. God bless them. They were on the field a lot, but, you know, we struggled a little bit at the end of the first half offensively. You know, we had some field position issues, just couldn't get out of our own way, things like that. But, you know, we stayed the course. Execution in the second half was phenomenal. Very proud of our guys. You know, so we're just excited for the win, and we're going to enjoy it for tonight. But then we got to move on to Northside next week.
Fleming will host Northside next week, just like Coach said, and Byrd will head to Lord Botetourt. All right, Eric, take it away.
Thanks, Brooke. We're going to stay in the Blue Ridge District where Stanton River and Lord Botetourt were both coming off a bye week. The Cavaliers have been locked in since that season-opening loss at home. Let's take you high above Moneta tonight for this one. After a scoreless first half, Lord Botetourt's Tristan Overbay comes out of the locker room with this Superman cape on. Here he is soaring and scoring from 6 yards out. 7-0 Cavaliers in the lead. Next possession, more Overbay. He runs left, he runs right, he runs through 2 defenders, 32 yards for the score. It's 14-0. Next possession, it's that bad man again. It's like that old commercial. More Ovaltine, please. How about more Overbay, please? Around the corner, away he goes. 66 yards to the house. The Cavs defense dominated all night as well. Gavin Walker had a sack as the Cavs pitch a shutout. A win wasn't easy, but Coach Harless happy to lead Moneta 1-0 in the Blue Ridge.
But, hey, look, hats off to Stanton River. You know, I told Coach Leonard before the game that, man, they have done an absolute masterful job of making their team better. Man, the Stanton River kids are tough as nails. Every game's going to be a tough one this year in the Blue Ridge. You better get ready.
Indeed, it will be. Northside and Franklin County, 2 teams that started the season with good momentum, but since then have been searching for the right answers. The Eagles have won the last 4 matchups, trying to make it 5. The fans were certainly pumped up for this one over at Northside. Even a little Flavor Flav action there in the crowd amongst those kids. Nonetheless, they were fired up for homecoming, 14-0. Vikings driving to path the lead. Michael Harvey getting down the field, bursting through tacklers there, but the drive would stall. It was still 14-0. 3-0. Vikings in control. Franklin County trying to close the gap. Rayshawn Huey powering down to the red zone. However, that drive would stall with the offense later. Not able to produce for Franklin County. The special teams would come through. They get a 50-yard touchdown return here, but Northside comes away with the win 35-7. How about Pulaski County at Salem tonight? Defense optional. Spartans down 6-0. First play from scrimmage, Josiah Persinger, we'll call him Mojo Jojo. 60-yard sprint, 7-6. Spartans in the lead, but Pulaski County would respond. It's Bryant Nottingham to Tanner Mace. In stride, Cougars back in front 13-7. Spartans had 2 plays on offense in the first quarter. Both were touchdowns. This one is a pass. Eli Taylor to Cohen Logan, 60-yard touchdown. Call this game Campbell soup because it was good. More Cougars. Trevor Gallimore looking like Mike Allstott from years ago. 39-yard rumble to the promised land. Pulaski County led 27-14, but Salem splurges 56-40. How about Christiansburg at Blacksburg? Great sunset in the NRV tonight. 3rd and long. Christiansburg's Isaiah Cotto going to roll out of the pocket, throwing it deep to Donovan Richardson, going to take it in for the score. No extra points, so it's a 6-0 Blue Demons lead, chucking up the deuces. Later in the 3rd quarter, it's Sam Sheff trying to cook something up, but Christiansburg Josiah Ratley going to get the interception. Stop just shy of putting his team in great scoring position, however. So let the running back, Matt Annis, clean it up. Powering through for 6, 13-0 Christiansburg. Blacksburg taking advantage of a fumble in their own territory, setting up Sheff again. This time to Nathaniel Means. He means business, but Christiansburg did as well. They get the 20-7 victory. Elsewhere in the River Ridge, Cave Spring over Hidden Valley, 41-17. Entering the night, the Three Rivers had 4 teams unbeaten in district play. That included Carroll County and Allegheny. It proved to be a shutout win for the Cougars last year, but the Cavaliers were out to change things. Let's head out and see the highlights of this one. It was a defensive battle at the start, but we pick it up in the 3rd. Cougars trying to get back on track. The pass to Xavier Hazlett for the touchdown. We're still in the 3rd. Cougars again, a little misdirection, and they go up 20-0 with this score. The Cavs still had some fight in them. It was quarterback Sam, don't call me Tracy McGrady, completing the big touchdown pass to stay in it, 20-8. But the Cougars said not today. The very next drive, a dagger of a touchdown by Carter Nicely. Allegheny with the win, 27-8, moving to 6-0.
Well, we got to prepare. We got to play. We have a standard, and we have to play to the standard. And first half we didn't. Second half we did. Credit the kids for turning around. You know, the coaches for doing a good job at halftime on adjustments. But, you know, we've just got to play like every team's, you know, a threat, and we didn't.
Glenver appears to be another serious contender in the Three Rivers, and really in all of Class 2. The Highlanders have only allowed 20 points in 5 games as Patrick County came to town. Take a look at this one. Quarterback Brody Doyat getting loose for this one. He was busy early, rolling out, finding his main man, Trey Doyat, for the early touchdown. Patrick County on the first play from scrimmage is going to fumble the ball. Glenver recovers this one, and you know they cash in. How about some FedEx ground shipping thanks to Cooper Mullins finding pay dirt around the corner, 14-0 Highlanders. Glenver again in the red zone, a nifty pass, and look at the Madden-style juke by Trey Doyat, setting up Cooper Mullins again as Glenver rolled to a 49-7 victory. Elsewhere in the Three Rivers, Radford over James River, 49-7. Rockbridge County gets a win over Harrisonburg, 26-17, while Roanoke Catholic falls short to Hargrave Military Academy. Virginia Spartans are in action tomorrow at 2 o'clock. What a start to Week 7, but hey, that was just the appetizer. We're like biscuits in the oven, just getting started because we're on the rise. The Craig County Rockets, they've been on the rise to say the least. See if they could keep ascending to new heights. A pivotal Pioneer showdown between the Green Wave and Fighting Blues that could mean a lot. And in the Seminole District, could Rustburg get back in the win column and give LCA a test? Plus this. Salem Band giving us a little bluey there as we welcome you back to First and 10. Back in week 1, Craig County launched the Rockets to start the season. That seems to have lit a spark for a special season. Yes, the Rockets have liftoff tonight on the road at Eastmont. Let's take a look at this one down in Elliston. Look at the homecoming float down at Eastmont tonight. It was 31-0 at half, and Craig County doing more work. Carter Calfee breaking a tackle, taking it to the house. It's 37-0 at this point. On the next drive, Eastmont's Chase Bierman trying to get something going for the Mustangs. Noah Paxton says no, no, no. Intercepts it, takes it all the way down to the goal line. Josh Kraft would punch it in for 6. In fact, he scored more than once tonight, multiple times. Craig County, 58-0. They are 5-1 for the first time since 1984.
Challenging myself. We lost a game that we should have won earlier on in the year, and since then we've made, the offense an emphasis up front and on the line, and that's where games are won. So if you can't handle up front, you're not going to win. So.
Wow, what a win. Let's welcome Brooke Leonard back in as we stay in the Pioneer District. Brooke, we had Narrows at Perry McClure tonight. We know last year Collier Pruitt was an answer for the Green Wave, carrying them to a new tie. He's gone, but they still have a group of good playmakers there. They
definitely do, but you can't underestimate Perry McClure. We have a former First and 10 Player of the Week there, quarterback Nathan Glass.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he could do tonight. But first, we got to crown the homecoming king and queen. Congratulations to them. The Blues wasting no time. That guy, quarterback Nathan Glass, calls his own numbers, falls in the end zone, and scores on the touchdown 7-0. Next drive, Narrows quarterback Tucker Bryan said, what the heck? He decides to hold on to the ball, sprints down the right sideline for the 50-yard touchdown as the game is tied at 7-all. Perry McClure striking back. Glass hands off to Jackson Brockenbruff for this 1-yard touchdown. The Blues lead 13-7. On the first play of the second quarter, Bryan looks and finds Elijah Notes, who makes this great catch in the end zone for the 17-yard TD. Green Wave take over the lead 14-13. The second half would be all Narrows. Bryan taking his time, finds Notes again, another great catch, and rumbles in the end zone on the 43-yard touchdown. Narrows, the victor in Buena Vista tonight, 35-13.
Coming off a bye week, we weren't real sure. There's a lot of things going on when you come off a bye week, and we had an unusual week last year with the flooding and everything. But our kids responded well, and they bounced back, and I'm so proud of them. We made a few adjustments at halftime, but hats off to our kids. They played their hearts out.
All right, and we have some scores. Bath County beating Bland, absolutely blanking them 63-0. In the Mountain Empire, Grayson County is riding a 4-game win streak under Coach Stephen James, seeking another district win. They traveled to Fort Chiswell today. All right, let's head to the highlights. It was Fort Chiswell's homecoming game as well, but the Blue Devils trying to spoil the party. Opening drive, it's Grayson County starting with the ball, and it's Maverick Go doing it all with his legs, going 50 yards for the touchdown, 7-0. Early. Still in the first, the Pioneers are set to punt the ball when the Blue Devils block it, going up 14 with the recover for the touchdown. But it wasn't all bad for the Pioneers. Kicker Evan Connor showing off his leg with a 47-yard field goal to cap off the first. But then it was the Blue Devils and Goad again. Eric, there's a few Goads on this team, actually.
Just a few.
Quarterback this time to his brother Mac with a completion in the end zone. 2 plays later, Grayson County in the end zone. They're going to win this one 42-3. So Mountain Empire scores. George Wythe beating Giles 42-24. And in the Hoagie Heagie, Lebanon 39, Rural Retreat 20, Chilhowie 44, Northwood 12. Eric?
Indeed, and picking it up in the Piedmont, we got Magna Vista over Gretna tonight. Mecklenburg County over Halifax County 29-21. Bassett all over. E.W. Danville took care of Martinsville 56-8.